Hi, welcome to All Things Possible. I'm Kris Barney.
And I'm Bill Barney, and we have a very fun episode for you today. One that it's really what brings us happiness, and it is called
Serve the One You Love. Today we're going to be giving you the top tip to create a thriving relationship with that significant person in your life. And we have been married for 33 years. We have absolutely had phenomenal times, and we have had challenging times where we had difficult situations and trials in our life and our marriage, with children with cancer, my twin brother's suicide, all kinds of really hard things, yet we're still together. Sometimes in our world, people don't stay together like they used to, and it gets really hard and people want out. We want to save you from that.
And it may seem a little odd that we're doing just one top tip for a relationship. And there are countless aspects to relationships and tips to make it work and thrive. But this one tip that we're going to share with you today, we believe, and we've seen with our clients, with other relationships that we've observed, and in our own, that this one thing seems to be the core, the base of everything. And that's what we're going to share with you right now.
And before we share that with you, we want to invite you to join our community. If you haven't joined us at All Things Possible, join us. We give 3 to 4 new episodes every month, and we constantly have content and ideas, tips, tools, things for you to improve your life, your relationships, and to have more success. Join us at allthingspossible.biz. Again, that's allthingspossible.biz. And join part of our community. We love having you with us, and we love to be able to serve and to assist you in different things that you can do in your life. When you do join us, you do get the 7 traits, which is a video series of the 7 traits which I teach. It's what my book is written on, and you get all of that. Plus, Bill's an energy healer, and he gives you tips and tools on how to heal yourself and how to do so much work with yourself and your ability to...
So many other things that are available rather than what we normally would think of. And with the combination of the two of us, you'll have phenomenal success, and we've got a lot of free content here. So join our YouTube channel, come back often, check out the videos, like them for us. That helps
subscribe.
us get the word out. But it's for your benefit that we do this. Should we go ahead and tell them what that one tip is?
Yes,
or should we keep
that
it a
one tip. Are you ready? It is to focus on the other person first. So much of the time we get caught up in focusing on what we want and what we like, what we enjoy. Well, the very best tip that you can take from this today is to focus on them first.
Make the other person more important than yourself. Everything that we've seen come apart, it's when they became more self-absorbed, self-interested, and not selfless. Selflessness is what I feel and what we feel is the essential key to a happy and a thriving relationship. Talk about when we first started our married life, very outdoorsy. We started with 3 boys to begin with.
Yeah, 3 boys in 3.5 years.
Our vacations, all of our stuff was centered around boys stuff.
Well, and really, I had been camping growing up, but camping wasn't my favorite way to vacation. Camping wasn't the number one thing, because that still meant I got to cook everything, I got to clean up, I got dirt in my face, I had dirty kids, we had tons of laundry when we went home, tons of work to get there, tons of work when we got home. And that wasn't my first choice. But that was something. Bill grew up on motorcycles and ATVs, and it was a way for us to have the whole family stay together, have so much fun together, be able to afford it, number one, and be able to recreate together. And it became a focus where instead of doing vacations the way I thought we should do them or what I really enjoyed, we did things that we could do as a family, and it put the others first.
It was putting someone else first, and not to say that that's all we did, but the big majority of our vacations was more boy-type vacations.
Yeah, Moab, sand dunes.
Eat dirt, that kind of things.
And I loved it. I loved being with my family, with my kids. We had a great time. But on the flip side of that, we did save up and take some really, really great vacations, which were more my style. I got Bill on a cruise, and to begin with, he was working in a shop, and he was like, I don't think I want to go on this cruise.
Cruise sounded like, I don't mind going to a hotel or a resort, but a cruise sounded like the dumbest thing in the world to me. I was like, I really am not going to like this. I was being selfish, not selfless.
But I took a sign-up sheet, a big poster down to his work where a whole bunch of men and a whole bunch of blue-collar workers were there, and I said, hey, Bill's paying for a cruise for 2, and I need somebody to go with me. So, hey, who wants to
Who
go?
wants a free vacation?
It didn't take very long that day for him to decide he was going.
She came home with a full sign-up sheet, and I said, you know what? I think it's a really good idea if I go. And I went, and I loved it.
And we have done a lot of cruises, a lot of vacations, Hawaii, Mexico. We've spent time in Cancun. We've done a lot of those, and that was Bill being more focused on the way I would want a vacation versus me being focused on how he loved a vacation. And you come to know a good blend. When you can be selfless, you find a way to make a good blend so that both of you have your needs being met. Both of you have your wants and desires as a top priority because it becomes a priority for the other person.
Well, the thing I want to add in here is it isn't just only about vacation. We use that as an example because it's a very clear-cut example. But it's about what we do for the other person around the house, what we do when we go out for date night, just life in general. Put the other person's needs and wants first, and your marriage, your relationship will thrive.
What I can tell you is when you put the other person's needs first, when you serve in that way, that person automatically starts serving you better as well. Because they feel loved, they feel connected, they want to please you as well. And so as we serve the other person, the service comes back. What you put out, you will get back, guaranteed, every time. You put out selfishness, you'll receive selfishness back. So when you can put that out, I want you to look at this tree behind us. And you can see that there's 2 separate parts. They stand alone, but yet look at the bottom of the trunk. They're together. And when you can have your oneness come together and be together and be your focus, you will have better success.
You can still be an individual, obviously, and pursue your gifts, your path, but make sure that you put your partner's priorities ahead of your own, and you will be happy. Now
we have 2 big fat failures.
Fat failures. There are
big
things
warning
that
signs
can
here.
take this whole thing down the toilet. Okay, there are 2 things. One is if you quit trying, you become more selfish than selfless.
And the second one is when you become a taker. When you start to take advantage of that person serving you. When you become a taker rather than a giver, it puts an end to this because it's not being reciprocated. And that person will feel like you're taking advantage. So if you become a taker or you quit trying, it will sabotage the whole situation.
I don't know if you've ever been a duck or been around ducks.
I've never been a duck.
But if you've been around them swimming in water, you might not see much of what goes on underneath the surface. They look pretty calm, cool, collected on top. But there's 2 legs down underneath that water just to paddling away equally, okay? If you take and tie one of those duck's legs up, or it doesn't use one leg for one reason or another, that duck's going to start to swim in circles and it's not going to get anywhere. And that's exactly what's going to happen to your relationship if one of the persons stops paddling. It just takes both of you together. And that's it. This can seem very simple. It's like, wow, I was waiting for some grand revelation. You know what? This is the key. Every relationship with our friends, with our clients, with other people that we've observed, it comes down to this. There can be all kinds of problems for a marriage to come apart. But when you look at it, the bottom line is one person was a lot more concerned about their own needs than they were their partners, or both of them were.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, it's how you focus on them first. That is your one thing to remember. One top tip, focus on them first, and you will have a thriving relationship. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on All Things Possible. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Am I right in the middle?
Yeah, do you need to do this?
No, I don't need to do that, especially because you'll leave it on. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to All Things Possible. We're excited to have you join us this week for a new episode. Our title this week is Serve the One You Love.
Oh, baby.
Okay, we are totally starting over.